Hey guys, it's Lazy and welcome back. Today I am breaking down how I'm leveling up fast in the Phrecia League. For disclosure, this might not be the absolute best EXP per hour setup out there, and I haven't really fully optimized this thing, but it's been working great for me. I have pushed my character up to level 98, and you know how it is. Once you hit this high level, it is all about min-maxing the build. So I just got back into it yesterday. I've been running Abyss, and it is the absolute best mechanics right now for leveling, and I pair that with Betrayal to make it less boring. Plus, the safe house gives some really good EXP, and also Katharina have a chance to drop Veil, which is pretty profitable. In this video, I'll walk you through how to set up the strategy, how to run it, optimize, and show you how to clear a T17 map the easiest way to get the 5th Scarab slot at the end of the video. So let's get started. So what do we get out of this strategy? Well, basically it's all about farming experience, which is the main goal. A lot of builds have solid endgame setups around level 95, so using these strategies, you will hit 95 very fast, and any extra loot you picked up along the way is just a bonus. The best part is the budget to get started running this strategy is kinda low. You can jump in at any time that you like. The Betrayal mechanics idle is very cheap, and also if you're pairing with Abyss, it is fine. I'm running with just 4 Scarab slots, which make this very League Start friendly. And this strategy works well in the League Start scenario because it lets you get a tons of Veil jewelries, unlock your craft, and it also gets you into running Katharina's safe house, which can get you Veil Orb. Sure, the price is a bit low right now, but whatever you find along the way will help. And if you're looking to push it even further, you can tweak this strategy to solo all the way to level 100. I think it is flexible enough that you can adjust it. And that's the idea: fast leveling, extra loots, and low barrier of entry. For your Atlas setups, honestly, it doesn't really matter what maps you're running, because with Betrayal and Abyss mechanics, you're not rushing through it anyway, so the strategy works on any map's layout, which is why it's so great for starters. You don't really need to have a fine-tuned Atlas to target from 1 or 2 specific maps, but once you do get 4 voice zones and unlock map favor slots, you would want to try to aim for the maps that drop good divination card, like Residence or Defy Cathedral. Residence drops the Nimbus card, and Defy Cathedral drops the Meshblood card. You can try to spawn the Nimbus here and scribe the Div card over onto a map that you want to farm later with better layouts like Jumbo Valley or Toxic Sewer. I've been farming a lot of Residence and now Defy Cathedral to set up my next farm strategy, so basically use whatever maps work for you. You might not always be able to sustain the maps, because if you don't invest it in the idols that give like connected map, it will be a bit harder to sustain, but I'll cover that in the idol sections. Now for your Scarab slots, if you only have 4, I would recommend running 2 Abyss Scarabs and 2 Abyss Scarabs of Multitude. Now the Abyss Scarabs add more Abyss into your map, so that's a no-brainer. You run 2 of them, add more Abyss, and then the Abyss Scarabs of Multitude give you more monster count in your Abyss, and then because we are using idol to scale the experience that we gain killing the Abyss monster, so you definitely want 2 of them as well, which is the limit. Optionally, if you have 5 Scarab slots and you're looking to optimize even further, you want to add Beyond Scarabs of Invasion into your list, and then also add Beyond in your idol setups. Alright, so with that covered, we can move on and talk about the idol setup. And this part, the idle setups can be a little bit gatekept or not beginner friendly, because a lot of people think you need a perfect setup, so I'm going to break it down in a way that you can build it up slowly on your own. And for a minimal setup, this is what you're going to need. 1 Conqueror idol with the mods Abyss in your map that do not lead to an Abyssal Death, who leads to 4 pits if able. So this mod basically gives you more monsters spawn per Abyss, because more pits mean more monster, and overall it is more experience. It is pretty strong, and it's not that expensive by itself. Optionally, once you get more money, you want to get another line that say completing your map's grand intelligence for a random Immortal Syndicate safe house, and this will help you run more Betrayal safe house. And Anyway, for starters, you just use one with 4 pits, Abyss mod, and then save up for the other mods. On the Conquer Idol, you can also have the chance to contain Abyss or June. If they're not too expensive, you want to get that as well, because we want to get 100% chance on each of these roles, which is not a problem. You can cover this with your 2x1 idols. For the 2x1 idols, look for one with the best role for Abyss monster in your maps, grant increased experience. And on these, you want to have the chance to contain Abyss or June role as well. Aim to get up to 100%, and just these by itself should be relatively cheap. The more you have, the more extra experience you will get from the Abyss monster. Finally, you want to save 2 slots for the 1x1 idols. And for the small idols, you are looking for the mod Immortal Syndicate members executed in your maps have chance to gain additional rank. So this should cap out at 100%. So use 2 of these, max them out, and if you are not capped on the chance for your map to contain June or Abyss, also use this to cap it out, because this mod can roll on the 1x1 idol as well. And that's about it for the minimal setup. This should give you a solid baseline to farm experience and progress faster. And if you are interested in my setups, which I optimized a little bit more, let's talk about it. Essentially, I am still running the basic minimal setups, but with a few more modifiers onto the idols. I have a bit more mechanics added onto my map, and these extra modifiers do make the setup more expensive and also might not be as fully optimized for maximizing experience, so keep that in mind. I've added Ritual onto the map, which means I'm using another extra 2x2 Conquer idol. This one boosts the intelligence for the safe house, and also have the maps with Ritual altars always have 4 of them. Now Ritual is pretty solid, and it gives you the occasional omens drop that can be worth a lot. I'm not really running the actual Ritual mechanics, I'm just killing the natural swarm monster from the Ritual, which usually drop good loots. And if you see a nameless Ritual, feel free to run it too, but it is rare, so don't count on it too much. On top of that, I've also added Beyond into the maps by having the modifier chance for your map to attract a Beyond demon up to 100%. Like I mentioned before, you can pair that with a Beyond Scarab of the Invasion, which is extremely strong. If you really want to min-max it, you should also get the Endless Tide Keystone idol as well. Without it, once a Beyond boss spawn, no further Beyond portals will be open in the map, and you will be missing a lot of EXP from that. The Beyond bosses are very tanky and they don't drop great loot, so it's good to get rid of them. And that's pretty much what I'm doing with my strategy. Feel free to add any mods or tweak that will suit your playstyle. I know it seems a bit boring, but Abyss monsters are usually not dangerous, and this is a great way to level up. Just be careful around the Betrayal mechanics, because the masters are sometimes annoying, and some of them will hit really hard and can one-shot you if your build is not built for defensive. Another thing, that if you want to push past level 95, 96, make sure to keep an omen of the ameliorations in your inventory to prevent any experience loss from dying. Working on improving your defense, because one death at high levels can set you back for a few hours. And that's about sum it up for my current setup. And last but not least, let's talk about how to run the Betrayal mechanics properly. Very quick and simple. Unless you are doing a Gravichus farm, Betrayal is a lot easier if you just follow a few basic rules after you complete the encounters. Our goal is to run as many Betrayal safe houses as possible, and that means you want to imprison the higher level master to gain as much intelligence as fast as you can. There are 100% chance to rank up the masters from our idols when you execute them, and you'll always see these options when talking to the masters, except if they are the last one on the map. Here's a rule of thumb: only rank up level 1 and level 0 masters so you don't waste a rank. A level 2 master can only go up to level 3, and a level 3 master cannot rank up at all. So you want to prioritize executing the level 1 first, since they can reach level 3, and then in the next encounters you can imprison them for more intelligence. If there's no level 1, you can execute the level 0 as well. Basically, when you finish the encounter with multiple master, look for any level 1 or 0 masters, execute them to rank them up. That is the options on the right here. And if there aren't any level 1 or 0 master, then go ahead, put a level 3 or level 2 into jails. And if there's only one master, just put them in jail regardless of the level. Or if your jail is already half full of high level 1, then just pick the other option in this case. Once you get used to it, you won't even have to think, and this will let you run the most safe house as soon as you can. And if you forget to run the safe house, you can also do so in the map if there is enough space around Jun. And that's about it for the Betrayal. Keep it simple, straightforward, and you will be set. Alright, so in here I am level 97 on this map. And at this level, each map will give you roughly 7 to 10% experience, depending on the spawns and how many master that I fight. Each safe house that you run should also add about 1% EXP. One thing to keep in mind though, and it's very important, that if you want to sustain running T16 map, you really need to have all 4 voice stones, and before that, you might have a lot of problem trying to sustain T16 or even higher tier map. You want to run a different strategy, I would say maybe destructive play with betrayals, and on the 1x1 idols you can get the modifiers that give you the chance for a map to drop at 1 tier higher, and you can use that to push into the T16 map, clear 4 voice stones, and then you can swap over to these strategies. Anyway, the overall goal here in the map is for you to clear all the Abyss encounters, get as much EXP as you can, complete all the Betrayal encounters, and also you can open the safe house in the map as well, as long as June is in the correct place. And definitely don't skip the boss, because the boss usually drop good maps and you want to sustain T16 map. If not this map, then another T16 map. If you set it up correctly, you don't have to run this strategy for too long, and think of it as a cheap and efficient way to boost your EXP. Of course, if you have plenty of currency, you could always buy a 5-way carry, but that's not what I'm focusing on here. And even I tried the Harvest EXP farm, it turns out to be pretty bad compared to this one, so I wouldn't recommend it. And here you can see my EXP bar at the end of the map, and that's about 7% EXP for one map run, and it takes about 8 to 10 minutes, which I think is pretty solid at this level. And as promised, before we wrapped up, I'm going to show you the easiest way to unlock a 5th slot on your map device, aside from buying a carry of course. And here's how I do it. First, you want to buy yourself a fortress map because it's the easiest T17 map with a boss that is pretty manageable. Once you have it, roll it with chaos until you see an easy combinations. This part can be a bit daunting and tricky if you're new, but there's a trick. We have a bisection scarabs in the game which let you nullify either the suffix or prefix of a map, and this effectively removes 3 mods from the maps, making it a lot easier to run. So hold out the Alt key to check whether a mod is a suffix or prefix, and then you can nullify whichever one is a problem for your build. The exact mods that you can or cannot run will be depend on your build, so don't hesitate to ask around if you're not sure. Next, you can use the Scarab of Stability, and this gives you 50% chance for you to not consume a portal when you take it, meaning that if you do die in a map, you can get more than 6 portal, which is more than 6 attempts per map, essentially more chance to fight the boss, which make things easier for you to complete the map. With these setups, you should be able to clear that T17 map with ease and hopefully unlock the 5th Scarab slots. Good luck and thanks for watching. I hope you find this video useful, and I'll probably do a low budget farming strategy next, so if you have any idea, leave them down in the comment section. Stay tuned and see you in the next video.